Hi. So, it's another day. It's Thursday, day before 9/11. And I just kind of wanted to talk about a few things that are kind of on my mind. Want to kind of get it off my chest. So in today's world, as we move forward in our world, it seems to me that there is a lot of, uh, how can I say it? There seems to be a lot of issues with people in today's churches who are dividing the church with political views. The other day on TikTok, I happened to come across this evangelist, Reverend. I ain't gonna say his name, but he was actually promoting that Donald Trump was the Antichrist, and slowly but surely what he was doing is here's where I think it's wrong. So what he was doing is he was sitting there and he had all these things where you point up and go like this, you know, who's the one making the country? You see Donald Trump. When you do this, you do this, and stuff. By the way, just before I get too started, I don't have the green screen yet, which I will. And hopefully that blur you see around my head and my hands will go away some other way. So anyway, back to my story. So anyway, this guy, what caught my attention is he's a pastor of a church, and he is literally promoting his own political agenda to the people of his church, which I think is wrong. No matter how you look at it, if you follow Biden or you're following Trump, you have a right to your own political opinion. However, if you're a pastor and you're standing up in front of a church and your followers, these people who follow your every word because they trust you, okay, what makes it really sad to me is when they're putting that trust into you to follow the church, they're supposed to follow what you say. So if you go on a social media platform and you're telling everybody that Trump's Satan, he's the one that's the reason why the country's in such dire shape, all blah, 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 partridge in a pear tree, whatever how you say it, that is dividing the church. Now, the reason why I say that is for a real good reason. And that reason I have is, think about the people who sit out in the pews and sit out in your church. You're up in front of these people, okay? And even though you're not bringing it to church, they might have seen your social media and you might bring it up in church. You might be that person. And what happens, let's say you're a supporter of Donald Trump politically, in your church. All the left-handed people are going to feel uncomfortable. They're like, oh, I can't believe that he's supporting Donald Trump. And then vice versa. If you support Joe Biden in the church, all the right people who are out there in the right are going to look around and say, uh-oh, I don't believe this. You see what I'm getting at? I don't think that's fair. I don't think that we should be doing that in our church at all. Excuse me, I itched my nose. So, with that being said, here's my whole thing. I don't like the fact that anybody who's in a church, who's in a leadership position, all right, I think it's very wrong. No matter how you look at it, it's very wrong to drive a divisional line in the church on your own political views. Even though I do understand you are 100% entitled to your own political opinions. But when you're in a church, does God really want us to do that? Does God really want us to divide it? So I'm not saying you can't have your own political opinion, but when you're leading the church and your people within the church are leaders, everything you do, everything you say in a political way means that you're leading your followers, the people out in the church, in that direction. And they might not agree. They might feel uncomfortable. They might not like it at all. Some of them might not care. A true Christian really wouldn't care. But when you make it, when you make it a division and you're dividing the congregation on your own political views, I think that's wrong. And anybody that's attached in your church, like youth pastors and everything else. I had a conversation one time with a youth pastor not long ago. And what was really odd is I asked him that question. I asked him, how do you handle division within the church? And he goes, I'd like to believe that there is no division. But you got to understand, anybody who's in the church, who's in a leadership position, even though they're entitled to their own political views, no matter what, they should not bring that into the church. The church should be a neutral ground with no political opinions, either left, right, or center. It shouldn't be that way. And the only reason why I say that is because we have enough going on with persecutions, them not, people not, chance of, I don't want to say this is going to happen, but the chance of them not wanting us to have church. They want to close down churches. They want to take, the money away from the church and all this other stuff. So it's kind of why I have a problem with it. Believe me, I've been fighting this ever since the pandemic started. Because, me and my wife, we go to church. It's a place that we enjoy going. Now we're having to watch church from home. They're streaming, and it's kind of cool to do that. I like that. I get up on Sunday, we have breakfast, and then we watch church. I think it's kind of cool. But I like to go there for the fellowship. I like to see people and say hi to people when we go in there. I don't want to have that feeling when I walk in through those doors that people are looking at me if they happen to know that I follow either left or right. I hate that feeling. And you might ask yourself, why is it such a big deal? Why are you making it such a big deal? And it's because of what's going on in our country. It's because of the racist stuff. It's because of the persecutions. It's because all those little things that we all are going through right now. I guess maybe the best practice would be to, if you are in the church, you are a youth pastor, assistant pastor, no matter what, in a leadership position, when you walk into the church, you can't take a side. I don't think that's right. Even if you're out on social medias, I don't think it's right to take a side, because you have people who are following you and you don't know who's left or right. Now, what would be interesting to do is to go into a congregation of hundreds of people, stand up there and say, who is all in favor of Donald Trump? And you'd see hands. And then you say, who's in favor of Joe Biden? You'd see hands. Or you might see a lot of uncomfortable people. So whether you're in the church or outside the church, wasting your political agenda shouldn't happen. That's it. That's how I feel. You can persecute me all you want, but it does bother me because I love God, I love the church, and I love the people in our church. I don't want division. I want straightforward, knowing that no matter how we look at it as Christians, we can walk into our church and know that we won't be singled out. That's kind of cool, right? When you think about it, it'd really be good to have that feeling. Hey, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm sure that a lot of you people out there who are Christians have that thought. They go in, they don't care what another person thinks about it. I think you see where I'm going with this. That's really not the word I'm looking for. It's really not comfortable for everybody. Some people can't turn that switch off, and maybe it stops them from coming to church because they're afraid of that. You ever thought about that? You ever thought about, going on Facebook and voicing your political? I do it, and believe me, I get beat up all the time. You'd be surprised, because it's their own political agenda, okay? And they want to force it onto me. I don't force my political views onto people, but in a way I do. If I post something that's opposite of what my friends are, they come back at me and say, oh, you got to fact check. You got to do this. You got to do that. And I'm just like, holy crap, man. I'm done with it. Really, to be honest with you, I'm tired. I'm numb. Whatever happens in November, just keep in mind, God is on your side, always. And here at GHTR, we don't like to take political sides at all. I really don't. I'm tired of it. But show me the right, or how can I say it? Show me the people who know everything and have the golden book on facts. It's gonna be hard to do that. We're really thinking seriously about dropping out of Facebook completely. And the reason for that is because of their political agenda, what they're doing to us on Facebook. Even though it's free, you would be surprised at how much they monitor you as an individual, regardless of your privacy. Doesn't matter to them, okay? Does not matter. It's just the way it is. So, with that being said, I'm going to cut this out right now. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend coming up. Remember, tomorrow, September 11th, is an important date in history. And I believe that you should go out there and you should stand by a road, and you should, very much should, support this day. We're Americans, we need to start fighting back. All this other stuff will go away. We just all need to pray for it. All right? You guys have a great day. Take care. Hey, and subscribe to us. And, we try to put up a new movie or new video as much as possible. And we'll see you later. Oh, by the way, I do want to mention something. We're going to be, I had an interview with Positively Pamela 2 weeks ago. She's been on me to get it posted, but I've been doing a lot of editing because, you know me, I'm a motor mouth and I go on and on. So I kind of removed a lot of the stuff. It's not going to be the best video in the world because I'm trying to focus on her agenda instead of my agenda. So look forward to that probably next week, Sunday. Not this Sunday, but the following week, I'll be launching that video. You're going to want to pay attention. We're going to be doing an interview with this loveisone.org, and hopefully we can get some answers from them. All right, take care. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.